Hi, I'm Hannah Bailey and I'm one of the device doctors. Today I'm going to show you an app called BioAid, which is available on the App Store. BioAid is basically a hearing aid. It's not an app that has received any medical recommendation, so we do suggest if you find this app useful, you do need to go and see your doctors because you may have hearing problems. But anyway, I'm just going to take you through the basics and let us know what you think by leaving some comments. Okay, so I've already downloaded BioAid from the App Store, and it's this one here, the lovely little twirly symbol on the green background. So I'm just going to tap it once to open it. There we go. How quick was that? I'm just going to explain this home screen because it is a little bit confusing if you've not seen it before. So up in the top left hand corner is the power switch. When that goes to red, it means that it's working. In the top right hand corner, there's three little bits of information. The top one, the microphone, tells you what input it is you're getting in, and it tells you whether it's too noisy or not. The second one, which is the little speaker symbol, tells you what output you're getting into the headphones you're wearing. And that last one, which is actually a computer chip, tells you how much processing power the app is using. So continuing down the right hand side of the screen, there's a home button. So if ever you get lost in the app, tap on that and it will take you to this page here. And there's a question mark button as well. I suggest if you're new to the app, that's the first place you go. Right at the bottom of the screen is a thing called a noise gate. Now the noise gate is only to be used in environments that are quiet, because what it does is it reduces the hissing sound you get with sort of some hearing adaptation technology, but it is at the expense of some of the sound quality. So anyway, now I've explained the basics, I'm going to go into a little bit more information of all of these buttons in the middle of the page. So you'll see I've got a red one here, A yellow one, B, purple one, C, light blue, D, green, E, and a sort of bronzy colour, which is F. Each of these buttons is a series of presets. So if you are aware of what type of hearing loss it is that you've got, you should be able to actually find a setting that works for you pretty quickly. Before I show you those, I just want to explain a little bit of something else with the app. It's suggested you use this type of headphones, so that the headphones that pop straight into your ear. Also, make sure the volume is set to the mid-level. If you set it too loud, you could hurt your ears. What we suggest as well is before you turn the app on, is put in your headphones, don't put them on yet, and then turn the app on with that button in the top left-hand corner. It can sometimes create feedback, so we don't want you to get a shock with getting the feedback either. So anyway, now I've explained the basics, I shall just go through these settings. Okay, first setting, which is A here, is called flat boost. So if I go into that, here we go, we've got a description here. So it's equal amplification at all frequencies with people with a flat loss. So it focuses on the narrow dynamic range. There's more variations as well that can be found within the actual button. So let's go to it. So because I've got it set on A, you see this little arrow in the bottom right hand corner just above the words noise gate. If I tap on that, it takes me to the settings for A. So I've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. So within the A flat settings, I can vary it ever so slightly. So I've just pressed the I button on setting 1. So that tells us it's equal but mild application across all the frequencies. So 2. Again, that's equal amplification, but it's a little bit stronger than at setting 1. And so on across setting 3, setting 4. So if I want to activate these settings within category A, I tap on the number. So that's A1, that's A2, we know because it's in red, that's A3, and that's A4. To go back to my category settings, I just press the left arrow key back here. So I'm now going to move on to category B. What can be a little bit confusing about this app is you have to find the settings, the sub-settings for each different category. So I've now moved on to B. Pressing arrow key along is just going to take me to the settings for A, but you'll have noticed when I pressed it, very quickly these little dots appeared along the bottom. So to get to the settings for B, I need to press that arrow key twice. I know I'm on the settings for B because it's the same colour and it says B in the top corner and gradual high frequency. And it's the same process. So I'm now in category B for high frequency hearing loss. I tap 1, I get a mild adjustment working all the way up to 2, 3 and 4, with 4 being the strongest variation within that high frequency category. So I go back to the home page, I select C. C, this is for people with a steep high frequency loss, so it's stronger than the settings at B. So arrow along, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and again 1 is the lowest level of amplification, 4 is the highest. And it's the same for D, which is a 1 kilohertz boost, which is an amplification at mid-frequencies. So we've looked at general hearing loss, high frequency hearing loss, and now we're moving on to mid-frequency. And again, arrow key along 4 times, and I've got my mild adjustments in the 1 kilohertz range at 1, all the way through to my high adjustments. Another quick way of getting back to the home page is to press home as well. It doesn't matter if you press arrow key back or you press home. So, E. Again, now in category E. I'll do that bit again, sorry. So E is a 2 kilohertz boost, again for people with mid frequency hearing loss. So as long as I've got E selected, I can scroll along by tapping that arrow to find the 2 kilohertz adjustments, and it's exactly the same. One's a low level variation, 4's a high one. And finally we have F, which is amplification around the mid frequencies between 1 and 2 kilohertz. And again, arrow keys all the way along to F, where I can make those subtle adjustments. So, as stated, BioAid can be a useful application for people who may not want to use their hearing aids, need a little bit of a boost while watching television, not sure if they've got hearing loss. It's really up to you. We have to be very, very clear though that this does not replace any sort of medical diagnosis. If you are experiencing problems with your hearing, you've got to go to your doctors and see them. But we hope at least that being aware of this app might make your life a little bit easier. Thank you very much. I hope you found that interesting.